qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, Lithuania against Great Britain. Well, Iceland also going up against Italy in Group D tonight, and then in a few days' time, Great Britain will be at home, you can see, and Lithuania will also be in action in a big one. Italy, Lithuania, Iceland, and Great Britain. Italy flying high, well, at 3-1, still some work to do, a lot to play for both of these teams. Obviously, I think Great Britain probably feeling like they're playing for their World Cup lives tonight. This is the last chance saloon playing in this third window. They need to get up into that top three if they're going to advance to the second round. And if they don't make it, I'm sure they will look back at that first meeting with Lithuania when the most incredible finish occurred, one of the most incredible finishes that you could ever see unfolded, with Lithuania getting an incredible performance from their young star Ignas Sargunas. 3 3-pointers in the last 9 seconds to win that one. And I think what doesn't bode well for Great Britain tonight is the fact that this Lithuanian team looks even stronger, as they've got Jonas Valanciunas here for this game. They've got Matej Busas here as well. So Lithuania and Great Britain, they've also got Savicius, who's actually just re-signed to play for Rytas Vilnius, the Basketball Champions League winners, having had a sojourn to Spain to play for Baskonia. Udelis. This is a good Lithuania team, and there's Buzelis, who is clearly with the Chicago Bulls, one of the headline names in this tournament. And Jonas Valanciunas, who has just done so much for this Lithuanian national team over the years, obviously came up through the youth ranks and has had the long NBA career. Exciting times for Lithuania as they try to get to the World Cup, but also try to get back to maybe the elite. It's been a while since they've been playing for titles, for medals. They had the huge win at the World Cup in 2023 against the USA, but then they exited the competition shortly after that. Anyway, we're going to have the national anthems now for Great Britain and Lithuania.
Prašome likti stovėti, skamba Lietuvos Respublikos himnas.
Well, whenever Lithuania plays, let's be honest, it's just a wonderful occasion. It's the national sport in Lithuania, and they have given us so many memories over the years, so many legends of basketball, so many highs and lows. That man right there, Rimas Kurtinaitis, of course, played for the other dream team back in the 1992 Olympics with Lithuania following their independence. And it's just been an annual story, Lithuania. They're trying to get back to the top. Yorgos Porsanidis from Greece, Zdenko Tomasovic from Slovakia, and Blaz Pacic from Slovenia doing the refereeing today. Great Britain have also given us some incredible memories, and really a lot of them have been coming in the qualifiers. They've had some wins. They had the famous win over Germany. Of course, they had the famous loss against Greece and against Lithuania. Well, today they're starting with Gabe Olaseni, Amin Adamu, Luke Nelson, Miles Hessen, and Carl Weedle. And Ogaro, Aditikase, Brown, Uduje, Bello, Okonkwo, and Rafik coming off the bench for Coach Alberto Lorenzo, who is filling in as the head coach tonight, while Mark Studel is staying at home, or shall we say hospital, with his wife, who's expecting to give birth. So big opportunity for the Spaniard, Lorenzo, but also our thoughts are with Mark Studel, who truly is one of the good guys. And I know that Great Britain will be missing him tonight, but wishing him the best. And for Lithuania, Margaris Normantas, as well as Tubelis, Matas Buzelis, Jonas Valanciunas, and Kasparas Yakachionis in the starting five, with Blažević, Arnas Velička, Parolas, Bradzakis is back, and Sargunas. A lot of good players coming off the bench. The depth for Rimas Kurtinaitis, on the face of it, looks substantially better, but you just never know. I mean, I'm still pinching myself to think that actually what transpired in the first meeting between these two teams actually happened, with Ignas Sargunas having a finish that any player dreams of having in the national team shirt. But you'll also remember that right after that game, they lost their next game. So
Tiktai, kai čia įeis Jonai, nelik čia, ženg žingsnį, nes tas tavo išeis, o jisai jau arba per įmes, tai tu dadėsi. Taimingas svarbu. Jo, taimingą, žiūrėkit taimingą. Pažiūrėkit, per anksti Jonai nenubėg, kad kol dėl hand-offo nepadarėm, gal jie mums prispaus. Tada pažiūrėk, jeigu sužaidžiam JV, žaidžiam dar kartą, jeigu mums dirba, tada sužaidžiam JV kitą pusę. Ir dar noriu, kad darytume ąžuolą.
Very simple, okay? Try to remember, be physical, run the rebounds, try to run the floor, okay, guys? Okay, let's go. Come on. Wait. Let's go.
Here are the starting fives of the two teams. Great Britain, number 0, Gabe Olaseni, number 5, Amin Adamu, number 6, Luke Nelson, number 22, Miles Hessen, and number 24, Carl Weedle.
Well, Buzelis and Yakachionis making their debuts tonight for Lithuania. Of course, both play in the NBA. Buzelis with Chicago. Yakachionis has, of course, he was a first-round draft pick in 2025, drafted by Miami. And played a season at Illinois, which has become quite a place for foreign players to go. Well, hello everybody, we're underway here in Klaipėda. Lithuania taking on Great Britain. Lithuania winning the opening tip here in this European qualifier for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, which is going to be played next year in Qatar. First shot missed, and now the foul. So free throws coming for Lithuania. Bayless, after missing the jump shot, finds himself going to the free throw line. And here he is. He himself plays some college basketball at Arizona. That's the first. Ellis going for the second and makes it. So Lithuania strike first. Luke Nelson, who I mentioned one of the biggest moments for Great Britain a few years ago, hit a game-winning shot against Germany. We'll never forget that. There's Olaseni knocking in the little short jumper. Now the chance of Lietuva here in Klaipėda. Short little shot down low from Tubelis. That's bounce pass. Olaseni, short one for him. Well, he's, oh, look at Lunas Klaiza still in the house. I'll tell you what, that guy looks like he can still play. You might want to think about coming out of retirement. And another one for Tubelis. 6 quick points. As well as Tubelis. Remember Mark Studel, the Great Britain coach, back at home with his wife as they prepare for the new arrival in the family. And a nice soft touch from Luke Nelson. Jonas Valanciunas misses. Olaseni with the rebound. So Great Britain actually lead it right now 7-6. Those points slow to register. There they go. Well, you look at guys, you know they got the big pedigree. They play in the NBA, and there's no doubt they're going to be a big part of this national team moving forward. But it can be an adjustment playing for that national team in international basketball. Miles Hessen puts it up and strokes it from deep. And you think that Great Britain don't remember what happened the last time these two teams met? You know they do. And they feel like they should have won that game. And maybe they've come out to prove a point tonight. Margaret Normantas knocks down the 3. Carl Weedle gets it over to Hessen. 2 in a row for Miles Hessen. You can almost say he's shooting the ball like a Lithuanian right now. Miles Hessen, terrific. One of those British veterans. How do they stop this? Well, Olaseni just got his hands straight up. And the ball ends up outside, and the follow for Buzelis. Here's Olaseni, and he has just started like he's in practice, just making easy jumpers. Luke Nelson going for the steal. Buzelis gets it, puts up a little runner. And there is Valanciunas. Still has some hops, the big fella. Former #1 pick in the NBA by Toronto. Playing with Denver. And the three-point shot does not fall. Looked good from Adamu. Anyway, Tubelis catches. He's going to the line for free throws. Good hustle. Good pass from Normantas. So Tubelis going to the free throw line. And coming into the game, Flynn Raffet for Great Britain. Sargunas watching, waiting for his number to be called. So the free throws make it 15 apiece. Here's Raffet. Damu looking down low. Nice little lob inside. Good catch. Fading, and boy, what a polished finish. What a polished finish that was for Jabril Bello. And the whistle blows and more free throws. Well, do you think Tubelis feels like he needs to get involved in the game? He has been the focal point of the Lithuanian attack right now. Brazil is talking to Remus Kryptonitis. And Tubelis goes to the line and makes the first. Boy, he was a good one, Linus Kleza. Wherever he played, be it college, be it Lithuania's national team. Just you could pencil him in for, what was it, 16 points a game. Usually led his team. Miles Hessen from up top. And boy, these Great Britain players like this Lithuania air because they're doing nothing right now but making shots. Little runner for Normantas and the charge. Are they going to count the shot? That's the question. They should. It looked like he got rid of it beforehand. 2 points count, and there's a foul. So that is the call. Here it is again. He releases the ball before the contact with Bello. Oh, Bello steps outside, takes the three, and he makes it. Great Britain on fire. High-scoring first quarter, driving in. Valanciunas was fouled right at the end. I mean, we've got, look at this, folks, 4 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the score is 23 for Great Britain, 19 for Lithuania. And if you're Great Britain, you must be asking yourself, how can we have 23 points with this much time gone, not much time at all, and we only have a 4-point lead? Now it's a 3-point lead. And it makes 1 of 2, but Tubelis with the rebound, it turns into a 3-point trip down the floor. You look at number 77 there. Raffet comes from London, went to Barking Academy like so many solid players in the British program over the years. Leicester Riders. Oh, and they've got a chance for a three-point play. What a shooting display by Great Britain. This is incredible. Great take by Weedle. Eden Savage just checks into the game. Well, you have to be, you know that Kurt Knightis must be thinking Great Britain is not going to shoot the basketball this well. And I think that they're not going to shoot it this well for the rest of the game anyway. But you could make the argument that there's something about playing this green and yellow of Lithuania that brings out the best in Great Britain. Remembering how well they played in the first game. Because they have been lights out. Oh, Weedle. Weedle drives in to get it back. Of course, Carl Weedle probably more than anybody wants a win today because this pass led to the interception, or was intercepted, which led to that great shot by Sargunas. And there it is. Oh, what a finish. Terrific hustle to Bellis. And just shows you how quickly they can break. Nice pass. Bello gets in, nowhere to go, and the foul called. Valanciunas was a little frustrated. It looked like there was contact well before the shot, but then on the shot didn't look like any contact. And maybe Adetikase has to be careful going for those reaches like that because he'll call a foul in those situations. Gabriel Bello at the line. This is the first. Another Barking Abbey standout. Bello. Played with Stade Rochelet Basket, Falco Sombote, Prometheus Patras, who signed for most recently. Here's Bello trying to play some D down low, and Bello wins that battle. Played at Montana State before that, Lamar Community College. Three-point shot. Good young talent in this Great Britain team. Bouger. Oh, boy. And that is a load right there. You might stop it once or twice, but you're probably also hoping that he's going to go out of the game because that is a load for anybody to go up against. Oh, nice little step, but ended up taking a difficult shot. Weedle. Lithuania with a 2-point lead. And the drive and the bucket. You can count it. Bellis is having quite a game today. Here's Weedle. A little bit hard. Carl Weedle. Bellis says, I'm going to break the record for first quarter points. And he's going to the free throw line. So some more subs coming in. Well, there is no doubt about the talent in the Great Britain team. You have to have talent to be able to compete with this Lithuania roster. But Lithuania have done well to go back in front by 28-24. Let's listen.
At that moment, now we need to take control of this, okay? In the zone, who plays zone 2-3, you, James, you should be here, down the read. I don't want you to go to the high post. It's more about you, the sport, to try to cheat the high post. From the up, yeah. Okay. First, you take it out. We run press break for Luke. Press break into clear. Press break into clear. Okay?
making the three. You know, basketball is a game like any other game. You got to have offense and you got to have defense. Great Britain have had the offense, been pouring in the points like this, but you got to be able to stop them at the other team, at the other end. Miles Hessen, 6 points, 2 of 2 from deep. So here is Tuvelis, who has had arguably his finest start in Lithuanian jersey. Obviously, gets the luxury of staying at home, staying at home in Lithuania, playing for Žalgiris Kaunas. Jonas sits down, Blažević checks into the game. And makes 1 of 2. So it's a 5-point lead. Raffet in the game. Here's Nelson. He's a big-time scorer, but his pass led Okonkwo a little too much. You see Augustas Marciulionis watching, not on the roster for this game, and that's just an illustration of how deep and talented this roster is. Marciulionis won the Basketball Champions League this season with Rytis Vilnius, and of course the son of the legendary Marciulionis in the FIBA Hall of Fame, the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Jonas turning it over. Nelson steps back, gets it up. Oh. Well, they almost gave him the points, but he didn't make it. There's a three-point shot. Count it! 32 points for Lithuania. That one, Tarolas, Donatas Tarolas. Well, that was a sweet take from Jonathan Brown. And ultimately, they're going to call the foul. So, Kasparas Yakutjonas going to the free throw line. Should mention also that Jonathan Brown was is also a Barking Abbey player. The Barking Academy has done much for British basketball, that's for sure. Yakutjonas gets the first one to go. And the second. So Yakutjonas goes out. Of course, he was a big-time player with Lithuania's youth national teams. But this is his senior team debut. Pass intercepted. Chance to break. Radzavich's bounce pass to Velichka. Nice sharing of the basketball. Blažević goes up and misses. How did Great Britain escape without giving them points? That's remarkable. Velichka Had a great Eurobasket. Bounce pass. Boy, they're going to work right now, Lithuania. They are getting what they want on the offensive end. They go up by 10, 36 points. This little backdoor. And say what you want to about Gabe Olaseni, but he looks automatic with that short little push shot. Arnes Velichka. Another chance. And Miles Hessen gets it up just a little too late. Doesn't matter, doesn't go in. So, a lot of work to do for Great Britain. 28 points, yet they trail by 8, 36-28, Lithuania on top at the end of one. Lithuania 71% inside the arc, 10 of 14. Great Britain's shooting numbers are good as well, but free throws maybe not so much, and the rebounding is a big difference in favor of Lithuania. Look at the numbers, and not surprisingly, the free throw disparity for the free throws are the big difference in this game. Lithuania able to get to the line, make 10 of 12. Great Britain have the 10 just 2, going 1 of 2, and that's the difference in this game. And not surprising, perhaps, when you consider who's in that roster and who gets so many passes in the low block. But Great Britain had made their shots, and it was a terrific block. And Tuvelis, I don't think he could play any better than what he did in that first quarter. He was outstanding. 15 first quarter points. Well, scanning the QR code to access and log into Courtside 1891, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. Well, from a basketball fan perspective, I think this is what you want to see. You want to see a lot of flow to the game offensively, some high-octane stuff, which we've seen so far. Olaseni, Ogaro, Brown, Hessen, Weedle on the court for Great Britain. Here's Hessen. Catches, shoots. Olaseni gets the rebound. Passes it back out. Good catch. And how about Olaseni? Oh, he finally misses one. The one that he misses is he's right at the basket. Arnes Velichka. Ignas Sargunas sends chills down the spine of every Great Britain fan watching this game. Perhaps. Because again, he had that amazing game. Weedle pulls up with a jumper. Weedle struggling with a shot. Rexavicius rims out. Weedle with the board. Boy, how did Weedle get around Sargunas? Looks a little like the blur there. Sargunas committing the foul. So many people have been talking about Buzelis. When is he going to play for Lithuania? Well, he's playing right now. He's one of the many stars from the NBA who are playing tonight, playing in this window. There's another one. Valanciunas. Great to see Thiago Splitter, the longtime Brazil national team center that's going to be coaching Buzelis at Chicago. I know he was really popular in Portland. And that's good hands by Lithuania and a very frustrating turnover for Great Britain. Arnes Velichka. Sargunas got it. Moving from Rytas Vilnius to Fenerbahce this next season, play for Saras Jasikevičius. There's a turnover, and there's a pass that led him just a little too much. They love their basketball in the Baltics, that's for sure. Whether it's here, whether it's Latvia, Estonia, we've seen it. The crowds. That was a sweet move by Nelson, and in the end, it was Olaseni that tapped it in. But where Great Britain have to lock down, knuckle down, is at the other end. Logaro guarding Velichka. Velichka gets away. Tries to hand it off. Good quick hands by Olaseni. Olaseni catches it. Olaseni playing very well. To the corner. Stepped out of bounds. How many times in a basketball game do we see that? It's so frustrating. If you have possession, then you step out of bounds. It happens all the time. Well, not all the time, but it happens every game. So timeout on the court. Kurtnaitis wants to talk things over. Well, we haven't seen Brazdeikis yet, which is interesting. It's very different without all that hair. So let's go down to the bench.
Gerai, pavarykim dabar taip. Ar aikštė bus ar ne? Rakus į šoną. Rakus į šoną. Nusivarysi pirmą į ketvirtą. Į ketvirtą. Ketvirtas nuvarys čia, penktas ateis. Ąžuolai, nueik. Ąžuolai, nueik į apačią. Šitas pakyla į viršų. Ir čia pasistatai. Ir iš čia pasiruoši. Vidutinį metimą. Rolink, tik rolink iš karto. Važiuojam. Paskui, jeigu mums reiks judesio paflešuoti, flash down, flash up. Nes jis gerai rolinam, shot roll, flash up, flash down.
Well, Tubelis making that little short shot. Great pass up to Tubelis there. He dunks it. That was so quick. I think when Tubelis came up, everybody just expected him to be kind of the big star that, you know, obviously had the big reputation in college at Arizona. And it just, you know, maybe it's just taken him a year or so, but he definitely seems to be playing much better. Could really use Quinn Ellis, but he wasn't available for this game. Kwasi Yeboah, not here. But, you know, that's just the nature of it. You need to have deep national team programs, squads that you can call on. Brazdeikis in the game now, number 9. Oh, get that out of here, Weedle says. Boy, great attacking play by Great Britain. Yapoa just plays so hard. Just so fundamentally sound. Zealous comes back in. Blažević goes out. Valanciunas comes back in. No rest for the weary when it comes to Great Britain facing this much talent. This is a talent. This is one of the better Lithuanian teams that we've seen for some time. There's a three-point shot from Hessen, rattles it in. And here they are, Great Britain trailing by just 6 points. How in the world did he get that in there? What a finish from Jonas. Hessen. They share it. Nice. Just great hands. Ultimately stolen Brazdeikis. Oh, and takes it all the way. Great Britain trying to do the right thing there. And again, good hands by Lithuania. The lead is 10. That stat right there just shows you don't want to get into a running game with this Lithuania team. And now it's Valanciunas from the free throw line. Nelson. Hessen from deep. This time misses everything. Well, you're not going to make them all. Great Britain shooting over 50% from deep. All knocked out of bounds. Another layup. Jonas getting him the easy way. He's got 8. Nelson. Biggest lead of the game right now for Lithuania, 14 points. Good hands, Hessen. Valanciunas gets it back, hits the cutter, and Brazdeikis throws it down. Two-handed style. The flush. Just hanging out on the rim. Less hair, more elevation. Timeout, Great Britain.
Hey, let's go. Let's keep playing deep. Let's keep playing. No easy basket. No easy basket. I don't want to see more Yakuchonis going downhill to the left. I don't want to see anyone cut without any touch on the paint. You should be proud of this, okay? It's about basic things. It's about basics. It's not something complicated. It's basic. Stay by your own. Take control of your own guys. Be tough. Be solid. That's all. That's all. Nothing else. My bad before. Now we ramp this up. Okay? Let's try to do it with high pace. Okay? Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's get back. Trust in yourself. Nice. Nice.
1, 2, 3.
Defense.
Well, you saw the emphasis on just focusing on the basics. So far, Lithuania enjoying themselves. Yeah, with 4:25 remaining. All smiles for Lithuania. But in modern basketball, really, coming back is not out of the realm of possibility. You got the three-point shot. You got the 24-second shot clock, so teams have to play. They just can't sit on the ball, stall ball. You know, then you always have the, it's a game of runs, so you just go on a big run. If you're a Great Britain fan, you're still in it. Oh, another turnover. And going down for the jam. Buzelis. Well, you're not going to come back if you turn it over. Now the turnover. And another foul before the shot. And the turnovers have become a problem for Great Britain. Nice bounce pass and another jam. This one for Jonas Valanciunas. Rapid tries to run out of trouble, puts up a little jumper. Jonas gets it to Valanciunas. Radzakis over to Valanciunas. Tries to take it. And in the end, it's Kubelis adding to his tally. He's got 17, his first points in the second quarter. Misses falling down. Again, Lithuania breaking quickly, and Buzelis liking this type of flow, liking this type of game. The lead has ballooned to 24 points. Lithuania outscoring Great Britain 21-5 in the second quarter. That's his finish on the break. So nice debut for the young guys for the first, for Buzelis and Yakagionis. They've combined for 14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Although it kind of feels like Lithuania, it doesn't really matter who. They got so many guys chipping in. Karolis back in the game. Rapid leans in, puts up a tough shot. Good make. Step back. You got to finish in the top 3 if you can advance to the second round. And Quanquo fouled as he goes up, so free throws for him. First one is good. And the second one's not, but a good job batting it out for another 10. And Great Britain get up a 3 and miss it. This time Lithuania come down with the basketball. And the block. Agaro inbounds the basketball. And Rapid fouled by Brad Zakis. There's Rapid. British fans suffering right now watching. The team had such a brilliant start offensively, but never got the grips defensively. Started out with the zone. Perhaps they could do it all over again. Maybe not. Maybe start with man-to-man. Who knows? Good pass up the floor. Rapid. How about the lob? How about the jam? A little bit of showtime. Agaro. Look at Rapid just puts it on a platter. Lob City and Klaipėda. Rapid to Agaro. I think even the Lithuanians appreciated that.
Viskas gerai buvo, Jonai, nesisėjo gerai. Įžysėjo gerai, bet biškį daug pusmetris per žemai. Skėstis, sugrįžę, reikia. Mums reikia bot atakų. Mums reikia force downų iki pick and roll'o. Atibėgam greitą varmeną, iš aukšto, kad ir būsim. Išbėgam, perbėgam. Pasas, atgal pasas ir čionais, aš nežinau. Davai ant dešinės rankos. Velička tavo bus ant dešinės. Bet verškis į vidų. Ir tavo bus sprendimai. Turėsi 4 kampus. Tik taip, žiūrėk. Žiūrėk, Jonai. Tik čia, kai atbėgsi, Velička jau eis. Rolik, kiek gali greitai. Jisai užtrauks, gal čia nusimes tau, gerai? Davai, turėsi kampus. Davai, užbaigim. Visus!
Plenty of highlights tonight for both teams, but many more for Lithuania. Valanciunas 9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. My goodness, he could get a triple double tonight, depending on how much he plays. Valanciunas just too big, too strong, going right at a Concord. There's no way he can handle that. That is a very large man doing what he's going to do. I'll tell you what, with Rapid, he's got a little bit of panache to his game, and here he is almost getting the steal. He's certainly done well playing Rapid. No stage fright on this big stage. Well, they get it up just at the end of time, almost, but almost doesn't get it. Well, at least Great Britain get it under 20. It's 59-41, Lithuania on top of Great Britain at halftime. Well, the numbers tell you all you need to know. Twice as many shots inside the arc, a lot more free throws, advantage in rebounding, assists. It is a game Great Britain will be hoping of two halves, and the second half is better, but for them. Tubelis was 17-15 of those in the first quarter. Hessen has shot the ball well, as has Olaseni, but not nearly enough for Great Britain, who just can't stop this Lithuania team. But looking back at the second quarter, it was a little bit of Great Britain early on, but really Great Britain just couldn't stop this high-powered team of Lithuania, who were just getting shot after shot at the rim, laying it up, dunking. Getting into transition, Buzelis. Look at this, Lob City, Rapid, Bulgaro.
And without Elvar Friedrichsen on the floor, it's quite a struggle offensively here for Iceland. Good hands, big time, Labana, good night. Well, I think Marek Blažević just had enough at this point.
Hungary trying to find some rhythm. Oh, big time dunk. That's some rhythm, just thrown up and crushed.
Here we go, driving in and getting the block. It goes off of Yurtseven.
Well, get it rejected. Tubelis said not in your house. And oh my goodness, both ends of the floor. His name is Azuolas Tubelis. What a play. Atsi Pashao, excuse me. Fernandez gets a high screen, goes behind the back, and that is the La Laguna Tenerife combo. Well, in the BCL, you've seen that time and time again.
On the verge of winning here, they may be, if they could get something good, they can! Here's 3, Timo Lambola! They lead by 1!
No use to high screen instead, roll into the basket. Honin, he took over the top, what a slam. Poland Poland rolling. The score from Lloyd, the stop. Dominik Onenichuk.
Sally Niang once again. Niang gang, baby. Well, I spoke about his athleticism. I told you what to expect, and Sally Niang delivers.
The score is wrong on the board. It's an 82-81. Lloyd steps back for the game. Oh, Jordan Lloyd for the win. Silence in the arena. Jordan Lloyd has broken the hearts of this Latvian crowd. Jordan Lloyd has a 37-point game, but the last three are the most important three.
Got to get it in bound. Fredriksson goes behind the back, goes up for it. Ah, baby! Good night, Iceland! Elva, MVP Fredriksson has done it. They found a way, and they came back and won it.
How many times are we going to see this?
Baseline, are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
Chicago attacks to close out. Beat Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Miles Hessen, veteran, showing some leadership, coming out today, making 4-5 from deep. He's got 12 points to lead the Lions. And at the other end, Duvelis. Like every time you looked up, he had the ball and he was scoring in that first quarter. And then he just kind of hit cruise control in the second quarter and had 2 points, so he's got 17. Lithuania going for their 4th win and looking to punch their ticket. Well, they'll be in the second round, they know that, but every win counts for them as they try to get back to the World Cup. And honestly, you can take nothing for granted when it comes to qualification. Qualifications are dangerous. You know, remember Turkey not making it in 2023, then of course they bounced back with an appearance in the final of the FIBA Eurobasket. And especially making it from Europe is oh so difficult. So Lithuania is trying to get as many wins as they can because the wins carry over into the second round. And Great Britain hoping to get a win to come back, but if not, they still have a chance. If Iceland, if they could beat Iceland again, Iceland were not to win another game in this window, then Great Britain would leapfrog them because they beat them in the first game 90-84. But you know, clearly what is I guess from a Great Britain standpoint, the what if category. What if they had not lost that game to Lithuania at home and they had started 2-0, because they did bounce back and beat Iceland after that 89-88 shocker at the end. The Ignis Sargunas game, which goes down as FIBA legend. Trust me, that is one of the all-time incredible performances ever for anybody. But for Lithuania, that was ridiculous. Sargunas finished with 27 points. He was 4 of 8 from three-point range, including, well, 3 of 3 in the last 9 seconds or so. Iceland, well, they are going to be going up against Italy after this tonight, and they will be feeling like they need to win that game to kind of take some pressure off. But Italy have a good team. They're up they are, in fact, sorry, it's Italy that are 3-1, Lithuania is 2-2, so Lithuania needing to get that third win. So yeah, it's anything but secure for Lithuania right now. The easier for them, the better. Iceland are 2-2. If they lose to Italy tonight, they would be 2-3. And Great Britain could, in fact, in that last game, go into that game knowing that if they beat Iceland, they would still advance. But just so many teams play the game at such a high level right now, and there is improvement in the British team in terms of making it to some FIBA Eurobaskets. That's no mean feat. Still trying to make it to the World Cup. They definitely find themselves in a tough group with Lithuania, Italy, and Iceland. So many other great players are going to be playing in this window. We're looking at Bazelis tonight. Rudy Gobert had that great kind of, I don't want to say comeback season, but I think kind of reminded everybody how good he is this year. Playing with Minnesota. Hugo Gonzalez from Spain, coming off that rookie season with Boston. Nikola Jokic. Playing for Serbia. He'll be the captain. Pelle Larsson from Sweden. Very exciting talent. Lauri Markkanen from Finland. Alperen Şengün from Turkey. Toko Shengelia from Georgia. Ivica Zubac for Croatia. And I can tell you one other guy that I'm looking forward to is Mateusz Ponitka of Poland. For me, embodies everything there is that you want to see in a national team player. For what he's achieved and how he has carried that, really kind of been that great rock-solid leader for Poland over the years. He's going to be fun to watch. And really, there's even more. Okay, so their assistant coach, Karimas Kurtinitis. Look at who can qualify on this day. Obviously, Spain have already qualified. Ukraine would qualify with a win in their game against Georgia, or if Spain beat Denmark. So Ukraine doing a good job. Georgia have already qualified for the second round. Denmark cannot qualify on this game day. And they'll be eliminated if they lose. They lose their game to Ukraine. Greece would qualify for the second round with a win over Romania, or Portugal beat Montenegro. Portugal would qualify for the second round. Remember, they played at the Eurobasket. They're tough. They could also qualify Portugal for the second round if Greece beat Romania. And Montenegro would qualify for the second round with a win if Greece beat Romania. Romania will be eliminated with a loss against Montenegro beat Portugal. Turkey have already qualified. Serbia qualified with a win over Switzerland, or if they lose by 1 to 3 points. Bosnia and Herzegovina have already qualified for the second round. Switzerland could be eliminated with a loss. I mean, there's any number of scenarios.
Kitajuose, pabandyk žemiau, gal pastatyt tą užtvarą, tada jam bus arčiau Karlas. Ne? Ir Karlikis drąsiai ir mes metimą, jeigu reikia, matai, ne? Jonai būsi po krepšių pasimsi. Porą kartų pasidarykim, Mums nieko daugiau nereikia, paskui suvarom Džeimą į Jono pusę. Jonai, kai suvarysim į tavo pusę, aš noriu, kad tu išbėgtum ir čia tokį silą, kad mes čia tau paduotume per vieną tą. Ja, dabar žiūrėkit. Pirma bus aikštė, nes jie visada po taimautų, po visko iškart stato aikštę. Bet vieną kartą. Gerai, sužaiskim mūsų.
Scan in the QR code to get the World Cup Qualifiers app in your smartphone. So just as a reminder, Lithuania would qualify for the second round if they're going to win this game. And Great Britain cannot qualify for the second round no matter what today. However, they could be eliminated if Iceland beat Italy. The key for Great Britain, no matter what, is for Iceland not to win today, and then for Great Britain to beat Iceland when they play the second game in this window. A lot of Lithuanian national team players, former players as well, in the house tonight watching. Second half is underway here in Klaipėda, Lithuania, where Lithuania lead 59-41 over Great Britain. Margas Normantas, Tubelis, Buzelis, Valanciunas, and Jakučionis on the court for Lithuania. Buzelis missing from deep, making his debut today. He's played well, making his debut for the senior national team. Remember, Great Britain lost in an incredible comeback by Lithuania in the first meeting, the first game of the qualifiers to Lithuania, with Ignas Sargunas catching fire from three-point range in the last 9 seconds. Carl Weedle gets up a three and banks it in. Did he call glass? Well, that's big, because that makes it a 15-point game. Normantas from deep. Well, that miss and a chance to go quickly for Weedle. And he's going to go in for the dunk. Buzelis going for the block. And Weedle is showing a different side of himself in this second half. Struggled a little bit in the first half.
Jūs nežaiskit viens prieš vieną. Mes žaidžiam paprastą. Žaidžiam flash upą. Čia pastato Ąžuolas. Ąžuolas pastato padarom. Jonai, tu turi kilt į čionais. Tada mes paduodam čia, tu padarai, mes einam. Ąžuolas susisėlina. Mes einam. Nu. Jau dabar mes jūs pasuot ratur met. Nu, blei, tu reikia mes neįmesim. Jie ir nori, kad mes mesume. Mums reikia žaisti, ką mums reikia žaisti. Važiuoja. Reikia mes. Žinau, kad reikia mes, bet jie nori.
Carl Weedle coming to the house, coming to the show. Using the backboard for the three, and then dunking it, then holding on. Carl Weedle making it a 13-point game. All 5 of his points have just been scored in the last minute and 4 seconds. And there's always something psychological about that 10-point lead. If you can get it down to 10 or less, start to believe a little bit more. So now Lithuania, let's see what changes GB made. Well, they're sitting in a zone right now, 2-3 zone. And almost a steal. Valanciunas gets it, they pass it around. Buzelis, Buzelis takes it in. Wow. That was almost Wemby-like, how he reached out with his left hand and scored. Great Britain almost had a turnover there. Luke Nelson going short. Olaseni ends up committing the foul. So that was a good attempt. Yeah, good Jonas. Actually hails from Vilnius. And Valanciunas too hard. Nelson gets it to Olaseni. The mismatch, Olaseni fouled by Buzelis. Olaseni makes the first. You know, it's interesting, Buzelis didn't play for Lithuania's youth teams. So, unlike Jakubjonas, who just a couple years ago was one of the best players. Jakubjonas, one of the best players at the under-18 Eurobasket, averaging more than 19 points per game. There he is, having the ball go off his hand. Oh, they're going to use a challenge, even up 13, because they feel right now this momentum getting away from them and going over to England, and England creeping their way back into the game. It looked to me like they got a right call, like the ball went off the leg of Jakubjonas, but he was pretty demonstrative in the challenge. So let's have a look. Oh, maybe not. Maybe Weedle just gets it. Oh, I don't know. I think the refs got this one right. They've got to know. They've got to believe that there's enough there to overturn it. Is there enough evidence to overturn that call? It's very close. Weedle and Nelson reaching in. When they slow it down there, it looks like Weedle was the last one to touch it. Let's see if they give the ball to Lithuania. Even so, it's very tight. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept it. Right here. Okay, does it go off his leg? And I don't know if that's something. I think it does, because it looks like the ball kind of changes direction a little bit. Is it changing direction because it went off of Weedle? Yes, that's what they're gonna, or no, or off of, no, they're gonna say that it's Great Britain ball, so they keep it. Well, even so, even by taking that long, they took their time, so then maybe that disrupts the comeback as well for Great Britain. Oh, so step into the lane. My goodness. That was a slick move by Adamu. Back to an 11-point game. Tubelis Gets away. They're trying to get it to big Jonas Valanciunas. Adamu. And I think they're fortunate to get this call as well. Look. Woo, boy, that's close. Does Adamu touch it after? Nope, Jonas. And Lithuania led in this game by 24 points. And the momentum right now firmly with Great Britain. Taking his time, missing. Luke Nelson trying to get himself going. It's been a tough night. Tubelis, his pass, he's hit actually. I think the ruling by the referee saying Hessen got him on the side of the face, side of the head. Jabril Bello comes into the game. So when in doubt, go to Azuolas Tubelis and at bare minimum get to the free throw line. Been a pretty steady performer tonight. 18 points, 5 of 6, 2. Makes both free throws, takes the lead back to 13. Glenn Raffett, who really excelled in the latter part of the season with Leicester Riders. Has to be a very exciting talent in this program. He earned his place in this team. Oh, look at the block. That was maybe not the right decision by Bello. Hindsight's 2020. Now Bello called for the foul on Valanciunas. And good tough drive, Jonas. Another foul picked up by Bello. No, excuse me. To be honest, I'm not sure who fouled him there. It didn't look like anybody. That's a tough call. 63 to 50, Lithuania on top of Great Britain. And the free throw line comes into play once again for Lithuania. Orman Raffett looking quizzically. And he makes both. They have shot free throws very well tonight, Lithuania. 14 of 16, that's a strike. Hessen goes in, good defense surrounded. Great Britain taking a difficult shot. Oh, an unsportsmanlike foul called as well. And just like that, Great Britain unraveling. Now they can. No, he's not playing the ball. Got to make a move. Got to try to play the ball. And Jonas is really getting it done. Hey, there's Aimantas Benjis on the left. Had some big scoring games for Lithuania. Sargunas comes in for Normantas. Buzelis And the pushing. This is going to be called against Lithuania. On Valanciunas. Norman Raffet gets in. Look at that. I mean, he played so well at the end of the season. I mean, he really, for Leicester, really a legendary finish to the season. He was that good. Here is the drive, and Valanciunas just took it on. God, how do you stop that? And then he heads the ball for good measure. Lead goes back to 17. Pass a little too hard. Sargunas for three. Yes! What a weapon. What a weapon. He played more minutes in the first meeting, and then to just sit there and come off the bench in his limited minutes tonight. And what ball handling that was by Kasparas Giacochonis as well. You know, Lithuania excited about these young players that they've got.
Again, now we play this smaller screen. This guy is here, waiting for you. What about you hit this guy? Something which is a three-pointer alone. Carly's alone. Talk to you. Now yours, second ball screen. We play this, I don't know whoever, to play the game. Please run, what you need to do. What you have to do. What you have to do is a ball screen. So just stay in the corner. Now we're so playing, guys. While we're so playing, simple things, basic things. Keep doing the same, guys. Keep doing the same.
Six points for Ignas Sargunas. Lead goes back to 20. Well, when you go up by 24, even if you go on a huge run like Great Britain did to get it down to 11, you still have such a long way to go. And now they find themselves back down by 20. Norman Raffet going in. Doesn't finish this time. And Buzelis is going back to the free throw line. A little bit unlucky there. Norman Raffet, front and back of the rim, stayed out. Mate Buzelis makes the first. Matthew Pitkin, the assistant coach for Great Britain, pacing in front. Giacochonis again. For three-point range. Feels like Buzelis, that's one thing they haven't necessarily done well, is shoot it from deep. So Weedle will not get 3 free throws. They're going to say that was before the shot. Luke Nelson coming back into the game. So I guess Great Britain are going to be cheering hard for Italy after this game. Wouldn't be surprised if they tune in and watch to see if they give them a win over Iceland, to add some meaning to their own game against Iceland coming up. Lazovic checks into the game. Valanciunas goes out. Pass goes off of Hessen's hands. Ball kicked. What I like about Jakic Jonas is his engine runs very hot. He is playing fast and faster. Look at him. Gets in there, dunks it off, and Lazovic gets blocked by Agaro. Oh. And that foul called as Adetikasi gets in. Agaro getting the block. And then Adetikasi getting blocked as well by Tubelis. But that was after he was fouled. Adetikasi making his senior team bow tonight. Misses the first. Remember, no Mark Studel, the Great Britain coach, at home with his wife as she's about to give birth. Maybe to a future Great Britain international, who knows? Men's or women's team. But Savicius, bounce pass. And another miss by Mark Blažević. Nelson. Adetikasi hands it off. Nice movement. Nelson goes to the left hand. That was sweet. Great offense by Great Britain, getting it back to 18. Bounce pass. Tubelis misses another one. Oh, what a move. And then the foul is going to send Flynn Boardman-Raffet to the line. Quite possibly one of the national team players that you just knew nothing about before this window, Boardman-Raffet. He's also played some 3x3. Blažević sits down, and Great Britain's just not going away.
Neturiu ką pasakyti, reikia tik tai išsibaigti metimus, viskas gerai. Mes turim laisvus metimus ir išsibaigit, viskas gerai, man. Nusigąsink ten, jeigu ką. Dabar toks sudėtėjau, kaip tiesiog. Gerai. Gerai, žaidžiam tą flešas, po flešas gerai.
Davai, aš padarysiu. Gali pakeisti ten, gal, nes jisai mane...
Dabar žiūrėkit, čia, kai mes galim susikeisti styrus Marę, kad mes galim čia, Marę būtų tai vertos ir tai, kai lieka 5 sekundės. O taip, užklausaltuokit, mūsų pramuš ant pirmo to žingsnio. Biški man reikia, kad du lateral 3 padarytumėt, kad nepramuš. Važiuok!
Davai, gelak, Gebra! Mes už! Gerai, einam!
Well, not just the men, but some of the Lithuanian national team players Petronite here watching the game. Played for Lithuania's women's team for so long. Here he is. Made the Super League Basketball Molten All-British Team of the Year. That's how good he was as a rookie. And it bodes well for his future. He played college basketball in Canada for Memorial University and has done very well tonight. Just a seamless transition to the national team. I know his coach back at Leicester, Rob Paternostro, will be enjoying watching him play tonight. Rob Paternostro, one of the better dress coaches in the game. Here is nice little turn and jump from Gabe Olaseni. Oh, Margaret Normantos. They left him open and they almost dared him to shoot it, so he did. He's got 7. And Great Britain trying to get down the court quickly to beat that Lithuanian defense for a layup. Turned it over. Okonkwo checks into the game. James Okonkwo. Had kind of an odyssey of college basketball experiences. West Virginia, UNC. And here is Radzavicius. Also Utah he played, Okonkwo. And almost a steal, but a foul was called. Well, that was definitely close. Normantos almost getting a steal. Oh. Luke Nelson. This is the first. Makes the second. And the turnover, another chance. Can they get it? Come on, and gets it down low, and indeed they do. Very opportunistic play by Great Britain. Ogaru finishing. It's back to a 16-point game. And another block from Hessen, but a foul call. As Ignas Sargunas will go to the free throw line. Sargunas makes the first. And the second. Sargunas couldn't have done any more coming off the bench tonight than what he has. Points in 12 minutes. Tough shot attempt. Good work, Weedle coming up with it. Miles Hessen ends up with the three and makes it. Takes it back to a 15-point game. Great hustle by Weedle. Just those extra effort plays that you have to appreciate. Coaches appreciate them. Here's Sargunas. Looks it off, high off the glass, misses. So a little reprieve for Great Britain right at the end because Sargunas had a chance to take it to 17. He misses, and Lithuania lead it 80-65. Great Britain outscoring them 24-21 in the third quarter. Great Britain with 8 threes. That free throw line looms large for Lithuania, as well as that 23 of 37 inside the arc. Well, when you're getting blown out, you can do one of two things. You can put your head down and just not care, but Great Britain don't play like that. They battled all the way back to 11. People coming in, scrapping. Lithuania went back up by 20. Great work from Valanciunas. Great work by Jakubčionis. And Sargunas. But Great Britain have once again battled back. Nelson finishing with the left hand, and then Weedle with that hustle play right at the end, getting it to Hessen. Knocking down the three, and then a little bit of hoodoo magic from Alberto Lorenzo. Well, scanning the QR code to access and log into Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. There's James Okonkwo. Like I said, played at West Virginia, went to UNC for a year. Chapel Hill, of course, that's Blue Heaven. And then finished up at Utah. Valanciunas always wants to wear that national team. He wants to wear it for as long as he can. He's one of the guys in a way that you hope wins a title because he's been so committed to that national team. But this Great Britain team is, I think some people would say, perhaps outmanned coming into this window, yet playing with, going into battle, playing with what they've got, and if they can really make some things happen on defense, maybe force some turnovers, hit some shots, who knows, maybe they'll turn the tables on this Lithuania team. I mean, it's a slightly uncomfortable situation for Lithuania. They're up 15, but again, they're 2-2. They know they need to win tonight to punch their ticket for the second round. But again, it's so difficult to qualify for the FIBA Basketball World Cup, and there are no guarantees down the road, especially if Valanciunas isn't playing, especially if Buzelis and Janikčuk and some of the other guys, especially if Jakubčionis isn't there. So you need to win those games while these guys are in the program. There's Dan Clark pacing behind the bench. Used to be a longtime Great Britain player, now the national team manager. And for some reason, we have a small delay in proceedings. And Marcos Normantas wants to know what's up. What's going on? What's happening? And Great Britain always talking, trying to take advantage of these dead ball situations to get on the same page of where they're supposed to be in certain offenses, how they're rotating on defense. Your guess is as good as mine. What's going on? So Great Britain have, for the first time in the game, won a quarter. They were down 36-28 at the end of the first, and they were down 59-41 at halftime, and then they just outscored Lithuania 24-21 to take that quarter, but they still trail by 15 points. So we do have some type of delay. If I find out what it is, I'll let you know. It might be a technical issue. But as a reminder, Lithuania 2-2 in the standings. Great Britain 1-3. So if Great Britain lose this game, they will need Italy to beat Iceland to set up a do-or-die game against Iceland for them to get into the second round for both teams. And there you see Boardman Raffet, who's making his debut tonight and has more than held his own in this game. One of the great things about a national team basketball, sometimes you get to see players for the first time and they become how are they going to respond? Sometimes, they don't get a huge opportunity to play, but sometimes they do. And Flynn has definitely taken advantage of his minutes tonight. So again, we have some type of delay, and we're not sure what it is. Everybody's standing and watching. It's a very strange situation. Maybe it's not strange, but I can only assume it's some type of technical issue. And then you wonder, well, we know this is not a hydration break. There's been a lot of talk about that, which we won't get into, but in other sports. Although I'm sure some of the players are hydrating. But this delay has been for probably 5 minutes, and it seems like they're going to play imminently. Otherwise, they would probably take them off the court. But think this is a chance to show the coach, both the finger wagging. Maybe it's a scoreboard issue. It's definitely interrupted. Maybe they're going to take some warm-up shots. So Tubelis has had a good game, but he's going to have to wait before we resume. So I think what might have happened is there's somebody at the game. I'm hearing there's somebody at the game that may have had a health issue, and they want to make sure they can get proper care. So obviously that takes precedence. So it's down in that. Okay, so that's where those gentlemen and gentle ladies are caring for the person, getting some health care, and making sure. And you can see the fans are applauding the emergency healthcare workers and also the person that needed some assistance. So it seems like we're going to start here pretty soon. So that's what it was. It was somebody that needed some attention. Obviously, that's appears to have been administered, and everything hopefully is okay. Okay, so let's see how this delay impacts the game, if at all. There's still a long way for Great Britain to come back down 15 points, but never say never. And Lithuania, again, 2-2, looking to get a very important win tonight. Ogaro, Hessen, Weedle, Okonkwo, and Boardman Raffet on the court for Great Britain. Okonkwo catches, bounce pass back into Hessen. My goodness, I mean, this stuff is like a beautifully choreographed dance set from the UK. I mean, that was just executed to perfection. 80-67. And now we know what those guys were talking about over there. Miles Hessen saying, you go over here, then you cut over here. Okonkwo was involved, and it makes it a 13-point game. And Kurt Knightis says, I'm going to have to put Big Jonas Valanciunas back in the game. And they try to lob it to Hessen, and it goes out of bounds. They're going to use a challenge. So Valanciunas is coming in, but they're going to review this. They're going to use their challenge. Key part of the game, without question, is Great Britain try to make this interesting down the stretch. Now the question is, yeah, definitely went off for Concord. Oh, I don't know. Maybe from that angle, looks like Red Savage just got a hand on it. Who hits it last? That's the question. So Red Savage says, ooh, does it hit a Okonkwo? Boy, that was an awkward landing. From that angle, it looks like it's Red Savage's. From both angles, it needs to be clear for the referees to change this. I think they may give this to Great Britain. Let's have a look. I think it's an easy challenge for Great Britain. You need possession. Now, whether or not you win the challenge, that's another thing. It depends. It is. It's going to be Great Britain basketball, so they do win the challenge. So each team gets one challenge just as a reminder, and you win it, you lose it, whatever. That's it. So they make good use of it. Good defense by Red Savages. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Basketball inbounded to Okonkwo. He hands it off to Weedle. Red Savage is guarding him. Weedle pulls up from deep. And then after all that, the missed shot. Oh, great hustle to Okonkwo. Almost getting the steal. Red Savages, Tubelis, Valanciunas, Jakacionis, Sargunas on the court right now for Lithuania. Yeah, he was out of bounds. Good hustle. Jakacionis to the corner. Red Savages now to Valanciunas. He's had to come back in because they were struggling a little. And it looks like they called a foul on Okonkwo. Yep, good call. What a great opportunity for Okonkwo to compete against a player like Valanciunas. Kind of makes you wonder if you ever thought that would happen. $14 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Just another night at the office for Jonas Valanciunas. He was such a big hit when he was young and coming up. Remember that somebody made a song about him. Ooh. Good catch. Hesson from deep. Jakacionis tripped up. Jakacionis, low fives the fan, and goes back out, gets ready to take free throws. That was the pick that Okonkwo set on Red Savages. Well, I don't think there's any question. This is one of the best players in the Lithuanian setup right now, the way he's played tonight. Jakacionis makes the first. He has been, I think, really solid. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, but it's the way he moves on the court at the speed that he moves. intensity that he plays with. It's a typical Lithuania style. Conquo was looking for that backdoor pass. Here's Hessen from deep. Good defense. What a rebound from a Conquo. Weedle gets it up. Great defense by Lithuania. No easy shots allowed. I think probably Lithuania's fans feeling a little bit better. Sargunas. And an offensive foul. On Tuvelis, bowling over Miles Hessen. Great Britain. An offensive foul. Another one, this time gives it back to Lithuania. Great Britain doing everything they can to try to come back. But Weedle called for the elbow to the face is Radzavicius. I mean, the question is that a basketball move? And he was kind of falling back. Oh, what a tough take. Seizes the opportunity. He knows the whistle blows, so he needs to get the shot up, and he almost makes it. Luke Nelson getting ready to come back into the game. He's got 6 points. Second one good. Tough defense by Radzavicius. Beautiful bounce pass. Oh, thought that was almost on the way down. Look at Great Britain. Incredible tenacity. I thought that might have been on the way down. Radzavicius, here he is. Jeffrey Jones doesn't shoot the jumper. He gives it to Jonas Valanciunas. Great defense, but Great Britain persistence paid off. There's Petroniti. And makes both. Lead back to 17. Nelson tries to get in, make the layup. Hessen almost. Look at big Jonas Valanciunas with the ball handling. Sargunas from deep, from the corner, and there he goes. Good ball handling of Hessen, not turning it over. Valanciunas tries to stick with him. He gets it up. And why have they stopped the clock here? Oh, they called the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. Oh, yeah. Well, had that gone, he would have had a 4-point play opportunity. As it is, he's got 3 free throws. But it's a 20-point lead for Lithuania, and it's going to take something exceptional. Second one is good. And Boardman, Rafa getting ready to come back in. So, one, Ogaro goes out, 17 points. And this is not a matter of goal difference or anything like that. Great Britain would like to get the win, but bounce pass down low. Kubelis, another bucket. Oh, a little step 2, and Lithuania have it as we get to the midpoint of the 4th quarter. Jonas, just so polished. Weedle, got it. Lazovic has more of a secondary role when some of the big guys like Valanciunas show up for national team duty. It's an 18-point game. Lithuania closing in and a spot in the second round. Valanciunas, 3. The big fella. He can shoot it. Nelson turns it over. Kubelis hustles back. Good play by Weedle. Well, coach knew what he was doing by putting Jonas Valanciunas back in. He needed some three-point shooting, and he got it. And Valanciunas has 20 points and 10 rebounds. Double-double. Hessen from deep. Great Britain want to finish this thing strong, especially in view of their next game coming up. They want to be as sharp as possible. Olaseni commits the foul. Lazovic going to the line. Well, I think with Weedle coming out, it's kind of an acknowledgement, and Olaseni, it's kind of like an acknowledgement that this isn't going to happen tonight for Great Britain. Famous fans of Lithuania. They got some competition now, though, for being the best. You'd have to say there's quite a few countries now have some amazing cheering sections. Oh, boy, the steal, and Arnas Velichka, or Torolas, rather, Ignas Brazdeka, excuse me, will get there in the end. It's the easy one. The lead goes back up to 24. There's a big Lithuanian community, in fact, in Great Britain. I'm sure they're cheering for Lithuania watching this game. Here's a three-point shot. Ooh. He threw that up there so hard, did Brown, that it came back to him. Eko Jonas is going to hear some applause as he goes out of the game. Ooh. It really feels like Eko Jonas, especially, could be a real difference maker in this Lithuanian national team. Who's zealous as well, but even more so Eko Jonas. Here's Buzelis. Well, I guess he told me. 12 points for him. Land of legends when it comes to basketball, Lithuania. Those young guys have every chance to become legends, but there's a lot of hard work's going to have to go in. Good play, Bello. Nice to see Great Britain running a set, running that to get something down low, a high percentage shot. Still try to finish strong, 102 to 77. Lazovic gets fouled. I think Bello would have been okay if he had just stopped. Let's see if he kind of leans into him. Yeah, just kind of moved into him at the end. Those guys used to be teammates with Lithuania back in the day. Linus Kleza, his last tournament was Eurobasket 2013. And Valanciunas came in at Eurobasket 2011. That was when Lithuania hosted it and had that famous loss to North Macedonia quarterfinals. Oh, what a finish that was. Brown. I'll be John Brown. 103 to 79. Lazovic goes up, but it's Brown that comes down with the basketball. Boardman, look at that. Boardman, Raffet knocks down the three. Buzelis missing. Another chance for the Brits. Make this scoreline look a little bit better. It feels like they deserve to be a little bit closer. Norman Raffet steps back again. That was, he banks it in. Second time that Great Britain have banked in a three from almost the same spot. Carl Weedle the first. And that makes it an 18-point game. So if you're Great Britain, you got to look at the positives of some of the performances like Boardman Raffet, especially the new kids, how they were able to run some good stuff in the dunk from Brad Zakis. Just wants to send a little message over to the coach. I want to get some more minutes. Boardman Raffet, well, he makes the pump fake, so that wouldn't count. Great job, Lithuania. We know we're going to be seeing them in the next three windows. They win it 105-85 to clinch their place in the second round. (105-85), Lithuania do it, and we go to congratulate Great Britain. Again, these two countries played that amazing game at the start of the qualifying campaign. This one not quite so dramatic, but nevertheless, a lot of good stuff from Lithuania tonight. I think they're definitely on track to become one of the, maybe one of the best teams again. You know, medal contenders at every tournament that they play in. Obviously, how much do you need Valanciunas moving forward? How long will he play? But with Jonas joining the fray and Buzelis, that really makes a difference. And look how much, you know, we used to talk about how the national team players of Spain used to always love getting together. And you get that same feeling with this Lithuania team when you see Valanciunas playing around like that. They're back home, back with their families and friends. There's nothing better than playing for your national team. And by having these qualifying games, which have been around since 2017, that gives you that many more opportunities to be back. And Valanciunas certainly earned his dinner tonight. He was great. Valanciunas now 34 years of age, turned 34 in May. So I think he probably has another good 2 to 4 years, maybe 5, depending on health and everything else. But why not? He still looks very good. Lithuania 27 of 42, 64% inside the arc. And Great Britain actually out-rebounded them in the end. Buzelis finishes the leading scorer, 21 points. Valanciunas 20, Jonas 16. And 22 for Miles Hessen. He was outstanding. Valanciunas, the highest efficiency player tonight at plus 34. Jonas was at number 22. The second was Buzelis. So looking back at that fourth quarter, and it was a struggle. Credit to Great Britain, they continued to battle. They forced Lithuania to put the big fella, Valanciunas, back in the game. They made him play all 40 minutes. It's a Great Britain team that bringing in some new guys. Conquo, but they handled themselves well. But when Jonas Valanciunas, this is the cherry on the cake, or the icing on the cake, with that three-pointer for him. Brazdeikis with the finishing flush, two-handed jam. High fives all the way around. And see you in the second round, Lithuania. Of course, we got one more game in the first round for Lithuania to play. So we'll see them there as well. The next game against Italy in Bologna on Sunday. So a little bit of Italian food is on the way. That's always a good thing. So Lithuania improved to 3-2. Italy now will face Iceland, you can see. And Italy at 3-1, Iceland at 2-2. And Great Britain at 1-4. Great Britain will be pulling hard for Italy to beat Iceland. So that means if Great Britain in that last game against Iceland, if they win that game, that will be their ticket to the second round.